what a result it has been. Congress making a clean sweep with 120 of those seats that it has won. It has won, in fact, a large percentage of the votes of the people, winning their hearts, while the BJP has been trailing. The JDS has also lost a lot of ground if we compare it to the 2018 results that had been portraying a hung house at that point of time, a coalition that came forth between the JDS and the Congress. But we are going to talk about this later. There have been a number of seats, a number of constituencies from the BJP, from the JDS and from the Congress that have flipped. And we're going to take quickly a look at what the constituencies have been for this Congress that have been the winning seats thus far. Priya on the telecast with me. Priya. All right, before I go and take a look at these constituencies and the VIPs who are winning or trailing, I have with me Vivek Tanka. He is a strong Congress veteran joining me on the telecast. Vivek Tanka, first of all, congratulations for this big, massive win for the Congress. This time around, it's absolute majority.
Thank you. And it was expected. In fact, I've been saying this for now a couple of months, that the kind of anti-incumbency and the level of anti-incumbency which I saw in Karnataka, I knew that BJP is losing. And, you can't win. They lost the plot because of 2-3 reasons. One is, of course, the governance model which they presented to the people. And Karnataka is a very forward-looking state. Bangalore is like an international IT hub. So you can't play around. You can't fool around with people in such an important city and state. And you're bringing in issues of polarization. I mean, that's your best politics. Or there's only talk of corruption and 40%. Now, you can't have a governmental model when of a state like Karnataka, where these are your best issues, and expect to win the election.
Okay.
So, in fact, I feel that this victory is much less. It should have been much more, in my opinion.
Okay. So right now the number is trickling in 122 seats for the Indian National Congress.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it should have been much more, because if we had done, we could have even done better than this.
Okay. Also, if you take a look at the vote share, if you take a look at Bengaluru urban areas, it is the BJP that has taken the lead. There have been a number of seats that have been declared with the BJP winning. But when it comes to the rural areas, when it comes to the Vokaligas, the scheduled tribes, scheduled castes, other backward classes, Congress has taken the lead. Congress has been winning seats from there. What's your opinion on that?
Yes, that is what I noticed also, but that will not be the trend across India, because like I remember when we had municipal elections in Madhya Pradesh recently, and in a city like Jabalpur, where we have a candidate for the post of mayor across 5 assembly constituencies, we won Jabalpur after 35 years. So it's not as if BJP is going to win in cities all the time. Maybe for special reasons, Bangalore, they were able to do well. But I'm sure you wait and see. There is a change not only coming in the rural areas, of course, it's very pronounced. But in the cities also, it's going to be the same, because at the end of the day, people are looking for stable, good, clean governance. And we have a constitution which everybody wants that it should be followed in spirit.
Okay.
And the kind of unconstitutional and unruly behavior we've had in these 8 years is something which has made a common citizen very wary of the systems.
Okay, all right. What were the matters that Congress raised that allowed it to win the hearts and votes of the people?
I would say that one was, of course, the anti-incumbency of the BJP, which the way they came into power, the way they continued in power, the issue of corruption, the issue of polarization. I mean, there was less of governance and more of all these issues. So it deflected the seriousness of which a government is supposed to be governing a state. And now I think it's time that the people of Karnataka want stable, they want clean, and they want serious governance. And because Karnataka is a very modern state, it's a state which has earned a name all over the world. Bangalore is an international city. I mean, today you can't expect people of Bangalore or Bangalore to accept a kind of governance which they were seeing in the past.
Okay. So would you also agree that because the Congress went hyper-local, versus the national campaign that the BJP was taking forth in its narrative right ahead of the elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, JP Nadda, several of the tall leaders on a national front coming out and campaigning. Has this worked for the Congress that you went hyper-local with the leaders like DK Shivakumar, Siddaramaiah, G. Parameswara leading the charge for the Congress?
Ma'am, this is not just about Karnataka. Everywhere in India, people want regional leaders. It's a point. It's not just Karnataka. You go to any state now, people want their own regional leader. If you want to win any state, whether it be any party, you need to work for the local people. You need to work for the state people. You should be the face of the state. So that is why national issues will not work in state elections, and state issues will not work in municipal elections.
Okay.
All three are different. And that difference people are noticing and voting accordingly.
Okay. Also, the big question on people's mind, and definitely on the minds of the people of Karnataka, who is going to be the chief minister? There has been a tough fight between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah right from the start of the campaigning, perhaps even before that, when it comes to the Karnataka polls.
This is a thing which the party decides. Let the election be over. I'm sure the High Command, in consultation with the MLAs, will take a decision, and I'm sure everybody in Congress, at least I know, everybody accepts the decision of the High Command. When I say High Command, means the Congress president with Sonia ji, Rahul ji, and Priyanka ji.
Okay. Also, there are speculations being raised. There were certain statements that were being made by G. Parameswara, wanting a Dalit face to be the chief minister this time. He's also put his name in the hat. Does it become more difficult for the Congress High Command to make a decision?
Every time there's an election in any state, there will be multiple people claiming, and there's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, the High Command has to choose, and they will choose taking all facts and circumstances into account. And this is how it works. Now, not only in Karnataka, it will work in Madhya Pradesh, it will work in Chhattisgarh, it will work in Rajasthan. This is how it happens.
That was the next question that I was going to ask you of. Does this now set a precedence when it comes to the Madhya Pradesh elections, when it comes to the Rajasthan elections? I'm not going to collate Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh together. Chhattisgarh perhaps, yes, because there is obviously internal fighting that takes place in Rajasthan, and that's a different ball game altogether. But does this now set a precedent for the Congress that it is perhaps the only opposition winnable party when it comes to fighting against the BJP?
You ask anybody in Madhya Pradesh, you will find out the level of anti-incumbency in Madhya Pradesh. I can see victory in Madhya Pradesh on the annual. I mean, this is not me. You ask anybody in Madhya Pradesh. The problem is 20 years of anti-incumbency is huge, and people are wanting a change. And I'm sure Congress will bring that change in the coming times.
Okay. Also, there were a lot of opposition leaders that had gathered. There was Sharad Pawar along with Nitish Kumar, and over the fiasco that took place in Maharashtra and the Supreme Court order. There have been several other opposition leaders that have been gathering for a third front, for a united front against the BJP. Can Congress now comfortably claim that it is going to be the Congress leading the charge of the opposition, and perhaps Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial face against the BJP come 2024 election?
Again, it's too early. Let's wait till December. There'll be about 5 states going to polls.
There are also questions being raised as to who is going to decide the chief ministership for the state of Karnataka. Within the Congress, is it going to be Mallikarjun Kharge? Is it going to be the Gandhis? Is it going to be the local MLAs and leaders, DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah? Whose vote will finally count?
Ma'am, wait for the election to get over. Let the MLAs come and get together. There is a system in place in all these national parties how chief ministers are elected. It will happen, and in which everybody participates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us on the telecast. Congratulations to you once again for that massive victory for the Congress. It was at 118. It has now reached 124. That was the estimate that the Congress leaders were also making, that they are going to cross the 120 mark. So anything above the mark of 120 is a comfortable win for the political party. Congress at this point of time leading, and for a long time there had been a coalition government that had continued to be in the state of Karnataka. So an absolute majority obviously gives a stable government. That had been the demand of the people, the voters of Karnataka. Stable government, the government that is going to take on the charge single-handedly for the development and welfare of Karnataka. People's demand and people's mandate has now resonated with the Congress winning the election. I'm going to quickly now take a look at the VIP candidates and their constituencies, how they have fared from the Congress, from the JDS and from the BJP. Priya, what's the status now?
Of course, Megha, let's have a look at the status of key candidates who are contesting at this point. R. Ashoka from the BJP is trailing in Karnataka. Apart from this, we also have R. Ashoka trailing yet again in Padmanagar. We have Siddaramaiah of the Congress leading in Varuna. Apart from this, we have Jagdish Shettar trailing in Hubli Dharwad Central. We have Ashwath Narayan, who is leading in Malleshwaram. He's of course from the BJP. Another candidate from the BJP, Mahesh Kumatali, who is trailing in Athani. We have also Mahesh Tenginkai, who is trailing in Hubli Dharwad Central. He's
Okay. So stay on with me, Priya. As we go through the list of those VIP candidates, there's Basavaraj Bommai, who's lost.
And we'll take this result in our stride, and we'll go ahead and reorganize the party and come back during Lok Sabha election.
सर कहाँ मिस्टेक हुआ सर ऐसा लग रहा है सर
Okay, all right. So, Kapil, quickly taking a recap. While Basavaraj Bommai has won from his seat, he's leading from Shigao. Obviously, a bad performance for the BJP. He's gone about saying that we are going to go back into our bunkers, reorganize, figure out what went wrong, and then move forward into strengthening themselves in Karnataka. You know, perhaps the only bastion, South Bastion, that they had been able to win by hook or by crook. It was never an absolute majority for the BJP for a very long time. And now they, at this point of time, defeated, trying to figure out what went wrong. Okay, Kapil, do we have? Yeah, the question is for you.
See, you know, if you look at the entire campaign done by BJP, I mean, the sitting CM was nowhere was to be seen in the campaign. In fact, it was all about Mr. Modi, and in fact, if you hear all his speeches, he made more of a personal appeal where he talked about the the abuses that were hurled on them. I mean, when you are when you are incumbent government and when the state is going for a re-election, to my understanding, you should bring forth the work that you've done for the people, the real substantive issues where you have performed. To my understanding, insofar as BJP's campaign is concerned, that was missing. It was more of Mr. Modi versus the rest of the parties that was fighting, and with this defeat, I think this is a very stern and a very clear message that the polarization will not always work. Polarization can be defeated.
Absolutely. And also the fact that did the Yediyurappa factor then allow for the Lingayat vote to then go to the Congress this time around? A lot of Lingayat leaders from the Congress have also won in the rural areas of Karnataka. I'm going to quickly get in Pramod Tiwari. He's the Congress Rajya Sabha member of the Parliament. Congratulations to you, sir, for this massive win for the Congress, 124 seats. How do you think Congress fared, and what was the X factor for the Congress's win?
देखिए, ये लड़ाई पूरी तरह नरेंद्र मोदी बनाम कांग्रेस हो गई थी। एक बार भी जो सबसे बड़ा सवाल था वहाँ पे कभी मुद्दों पर आए ही नहीं नरेंद्र मोदी जी। वहाँ का जिस तरीके से विकास रुका था, मिस्टर 40% के तौर पे सरकार जानी जाती थी, नीचे से लेकर ऊपर तक 40% का कमीशन रेट जैसे सरकार ने ऑर्डिनेंस लगा के फिक्स कर दिया हो, उसको उन्होंने एड्रेस नहीं किया। और मैं तो मानता हूँ आदर के साथ, पूरी इज्जत के साथ प्रधानमंत्री जी को कहना चाहता हूँ कि आपके स्तर पे ये शोभा नहीं देता था कि आप बजरंग दल पे बैन के संकल्प, उस सिर्फ संकल्प था, उस पे आप बजरंग दल एक पॉलिटिकल या सेमी सोशल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को की तुलना भगवान बजरंग बली से कर दे, वो अक्षम्य था। मैं तो कहता हूं कि वैसा प्रधानमंत्री जी आपको किसी भी हालात में कम से कम प्रधानमंत्री पद की गरिमा का ध्यान रखते आपको नहीं करना चाहिए था। दूसरा, सोनिया जी ने अपने भाषण में कहा भी नहीं, सॉवरेंटी का कहीं शब्द भी नहीं इस्तेमाल किया, और आपने देश के विखंडन की बात कर दी। क्या भारत के प्रधानमंत्री को ये शोभा देता है? क्या ये भारत के प्रधानमंत्री के लिए राष्ट्रहित में उचित था? तो मैं तो इसे एक पर्सनल डिफीट मानता हूँ श्री नरेंद्र मोदी, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया की। हाँ, दूसरे मुद्दे भी थे वहाँ, तमाम बातें थी। जिस तरह कांग्रेस ने चुनाव लड़ा, राहुल गांधी के जब भारत जोड़ो यात्रा शुरू हुई, उसके बाद से डोर टू डोर कन्वेंसिंग हुई, विलेज टू विलेज कन्वेंसिंग हुई, वहाँ का वर्कर पूरी ताकत लगा के लड़ा। मैं उसको बधाई देता हूँ। बधाई स्थानीय नेताओं को देता हूँ कि लाख भाजपा कोशिश करते रही, उनमें मतभेद हो, एक होकर लड़े वो। और सोनिया जी, आपको बहुत बधाई। पहली बार बहुत दिनों बाद जब आप कर्नाटक चुनाव प्रचार करने गई, वो संकेत था कि हम आखिरी क्षण तक हम पूरी शक्ति के साथ भाजपा की सांप्रदायिकता से लड़ेंगे। राहुल गांधी ने जैसे चुनाव प्रचार की कमान संभाली, और प्रियंका गांधी जी ने जिस तरह कम्युनिकेट किया, और स्थानीय नेताओं ने, यही जीत का कारण बना।
प्रमोद जी, क्या आपको लगता है कि ये जो सदर्न बेल्ट में कांग्रेस की जीत हुई है, कर्नाटका में कांग्रेस की जीत हुई है, एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी से कांग्रेस की जीत हुई है, आर यू बैक इन द बैटल इन 2024? यहाँ पे देखा जा रहा था कि बाकी ऑपोजिशन लीडर्स यहाँ पे मांग कर रहे थे कि एक यूनाइटेड फ्रंट हो, एक थर्ड फ्रंट हो। कांग्रेस कहीं बैक बर्नर में दिखाई दे रहा था। क्या कांग्रेस वापस आ गया है इस 2024 चुनाव के गेम में?
देखिए, मैं तो पहले दिन से कह रहा था, और मैं चूंकि पार्टी का डिप्टी लीडर भी हूं, तो अभी जब पार्लियामेंट चल रही थी तो सारी पार्टीज के लोगों से बात कर रहा था। एक नतीजे पे मैं पहुंचा था कि लोगों ने मन बना लिया है, अपोजिशन ने, कि हम सब एक होकर लड़ेंगे। हाँ, कुछ पार्टियां हैं, उनकी अपनी मजबूरियां हैं, पर देखिएगा 2024 में जब चुनाव की घोषणा होगी, दृश्य बदला हुआ होगा। ये पार्टियां भी शामिल हो जाएंगी, क्योंकि बीजेपी जिस तरह नग्न तांडव कर रही, ईडी का, सीबीआई का, इनकम टैक्स का, और पुलिस तो ऐसा हो गया है कि जिधर इशारा कर दो टूट पड़ती है। तो कुल मिलाकर एक ऐसा माहौल है कि अगर देश के लोकतंत्र को बचाना है, देश की आज़ादी का सबसे जो बड़ा हमें मिला है वो लोकतंत्र, प्रजातंत्र बचाना है, तो भाजपा को हटाना पड़ेगा। ये लड़ाई हमारे अस्तित्व की नहीं, भारत के लोकतंत्र के अस्तित्व की है। तो मुझे पूरा भरोसा है जो देश से प्यार करते हैं वो सब एक मंच पर आएंगे।
प्रमोद जी, अगर हम यहाँ पे चीफ मिनिस्टरशिप की बात करें, टफ कॉन्टेस्ट है। डीके शिव कुमार और सिद्धारमैया एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट लड़ भी रहे थे। कैंपेनिंग के टाइम भी उन्होंने अपना चीफ मिनिस्टीरियल ड्रीम को प्रोजेक्ट किया था जनता के सामने, प्रेस के सामने। अब यहाँ पे काफ़ी दूसरे कांग्रेस के लीडर्स, जी परमेश्वरा, वो भी बोल रहे हैं कि वो दलित फेस चाहते हैं, वो अपना खुद का पोजीशन चाहते हैं चीफ मिनिस्टरशिप बनने का। कौन बनेगा चीफ मिनिस्टर, कौन डिसाइड करेगा इसको?
ये अभी टैली आपकी 124 दिखा रही है, ये जाएगी 128, 130 तक। यही बैठेंगे मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी, हमारे जो राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हैं, उनकी होम स्टेट है, प्रियंका जी, राहुल जी, सोनिया जी जो मार्गदर्शन देंगे। यही एमएलए जो चुनेंगे, जो ऐसा मैंने कहा 130 के आसपास, और जैसा कांग्रेस का नेतृत्व उस पर अपने सुझाव देगा, उनका जो भी निर्देशन होगा, जो भी फैसला कांग्रेस विधानमंडल दल करेगी, जिसे कांग्रेस लेजिस्लेचर पार्टी कहते हैं, और नेतृत्व, हमारे यहाँ कोई विवाद नहीं होगा। देखिए, बहुत से रीजन होते हैं, बहुत से इलाके होते हैं, कहीं कोई किसी को चाहता है, कहीं कोई किसी को चाहता है, तो चुनाव में सबको कहने देना चाहिए। पर फैसला तो सीएलपी लेगी, कांग्रेस लेजिस्लेचर पार्टी लेगी, और उसको जिसको आशीर्वाद हाईकमान का होगा। अब तो कोई विवाद भी नहीं रहा। भाजपा ये भी ख्वाब देख रही थी कि कांग्रेस से 90, 95, 100 के आसपास आए तो फिर उनमें फूट हो जाएगी और फिर जेडीएस पे निर्भरता होगी। तो जैसे पिछली बार उन्होंने चुराए थे कुछ विधायक, सरकार चुरा के बनाई थी, अब तो उसकी भी संभावना नहीं रही। तो आप देखिएगा ये 5 साल की स्थिर और अस्थायी सरकार होगी।
ओके, क्या ये जो हम ट्रेंड देख रहे हैं कर्नाटका में, कांग्रेस जीत के आई है वापस, क्या ये यही ट्रेंड एक प्रेसिडेंट बन जाएगा जब मध्य प्रदेश के इलेक्शन का देखा जाए, छत्तीसगढ़ के इलेक्शन को देखा जाए? तो
मैं आपको याद दिला दूं, मैं आप पीछे ले चल रहा हूं आपको। 1977 में बहुत ही पावरफुल होकर उभरी थी, भाजपा नेतृत्व कर रही थी जनता पार्टी, और यही कर्नाटक का चुनाव इसने फैसला कर दिया था आने वाली पार्लियामेंट का। कर्नाटक आंध्रा तो यही होने जा रहा है। आप देखिएगा, ये कर्नाटक का चुनाव ट्रेलर था, फिल्म 2024 में आएगी और कांग्रेस और उसके साथी सरकार बनाएंगे। भाजपा का जो यहाँ हश्र हो रहा है 100 के नीचे, वही हश्र पार्लियामेंट में 100 के नीचे हो।
अच्छा, ओके। प्रमोद जी, इसके बारे में भी आप टिप्पणी करिए कि कर्नाटका में जो इलेक्शन जीते गए हैं कांग्रेस द्वारा, यहाँ पे काफ़ी रूरल सीट्स, वोकलिगा, यहाँ पे लिंगायत सीट्स सारी कांग्रेस के पास आई हैं। कांग्रेस ने मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द सीट्स जीती हैं। यहाँ पे अगर देखा जाए कि शेड्यूल ट्राइब, शेड्यूल कास्ट, सदर्न कर्नाटका, कोस्टल कर्नाटका, इन सभी जगहों में कांग्रेस ने अपनी जगह बनाई है। क्या और ये लोकल मुद्दे थे जहां से उभर के आ रहा है, लोकल मुद्दे जो कांग्रेस ने उठाए लोगों के वेलफेयर के लिए, लोगों के डेवलपमेंटल के लिए, उन मुद्दों पे ऐसा लग रहा है कांग्रेस जीत के आई है। क्या मध्य प्रदेश और छत्तीसगढ़ में भी यही छवि दिखाई देगी कांग्रेस की? लोकल इश्यूज पे लोकल लीडर्स जनता से वोट मांगेंगे, जनता का काम करेंगे, जनता के लिए कैंपेनिंग करेंगे?
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की निर्भरता पूरी तरह अब मोदी जी पे हो गई, और मोदी जी का सिक्का अगर आप देखें तो 3 राज्यों में चुनाव हुए थे, हिमाचल, दिल्ली, गुजरात, तीनों जगह भाजपा थी। सिर्फ अपने होम स्टेट में बचा पाए, छीन लिया हमने उनसे हिमाचल, छिन गया उनसे दिल्ली। फिर पूर्वोत्तर राज्यों के चुनाव हुए। पूर्वोत्तर राज्यों में मोदी जी ने बहुत ही सघन प्रचार किया, बहुत गए, छोटा सा था, 2-3-4 एमपी की सीट थी। हर जगह उनका वोट कम हुआ, हर जगह उनकी सीटें कम हुई, और मणिपुर की सरकार आज और कल का मामला है। मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं कि ये फेल्योर बीजेपी का नहीं है, ये फेल्योर मोदी जी का है। अब मोदी जी पर विश्वसनीयता भारत की जनता की समाप्त हो रही है, घट रही। वो कहते हैं तो फेंकते रहते हैं। ये जो विश्वास बन गया है भारत के लोगों में कि इनके वायदे झूठे होते हैं, वो क्रेडिबिलिटी जो चाह रही है इनकी, इस पर आप देखिएगा लोकसभा के चुनाव में बहुत भारी पड़ेगी बीजेपी पे। ये हार कर्नाटक की मोदी जी की हार है, और मैं फिर आपसे कहता हूं, ये लोकसभा में मोदी जी पे जो डिपेंडेंस होगी, अब मोदी जी की विश्वसनीयता नहीं रही, और क्योंकि विश्वसनीयता नहीं रही तो इसलिए अब वो उन्हीं बातों को करके
आपको ये लगता है कि जब स्टेट इलेक्शंस होते हैं, असेंबली इलेक्शंस होते हैं, लोग अलग तरीके से वोट करते हैं, पर जब नेशनल इश्यूज की बात आती है, लोग स्टेट इश्यूज, लोकल इश्यूज पर नहीं बल्कि नेशनल मुद्दों पे वोट करते हैं?
जी हाँ, पार्लियामेंट का वोट नेशनल इश्यूज पे होता है, और बड़ा फेलियर मोदी जी का नेशनल इश्यूज पे है। महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, जिस तरह चाइना ने हम पे कब्जा कर लिया, और प्रधानमंत्री जी का वो बयान बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा, न कोई आया था न किसी चौकी पे कब्जा किया। अरे नहीं कब्जा किया था तो वार्ता 30 बार राउंड किस बात पे हो रही है। जिस तरीके से यहाँ पर वो एक जो भाईचारा था, मोदी जी खुद ख़त्म करने पे आमादा हो गए, बजरंग बली को लेकर घूमने लगे चुनाव में। आप देखिएगा यही अगले चुनाव में भी होगा। चुनाव का सेहरा आपने जैसा कहा, नेशनल इशू और नेशनल लीडर उनके होंगे मोदी जी। तो मोदी जी का फेल्योर जो है उसकी कीमत भाजपा को चुकानी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि अब नौजवान कास्ट से अलग हट गया है। महंगाई का मामला, ये सारा महंगा पड़ेगा भाजपा को।
प्रमोद जी, हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। Once again, congratulations to you and your party and your leaders for winning the Karnataka election with a thumping majority. I would say with 124, way past the halfway mark. All right, I'm being joined by Dhruv Jati. He's the Congress spokesperson. Dhruv, celebrations inside and outside the Congress headquarters in Karnataka as well as in Delhi. Now, what's the way ahead? Who's going to be the chief minister? Big question.
Firstly, it's a decade-long wait for a people's mandate in Karnataka. So primarily, it's a win for the people of Karnataka and then a win for the Congress party. The true win for us is going to be in the next 5 years when we, treat the open wounds of the people who are still suffering socio-economically from the COVID-19 crisis. And the true win is going to be when we fulfill the dreams and aspirations of a young Karnataka that the Bharatiya Janata Party had, sabotaged. So this, on the whole, is the Congress Party's vision. We're looking at accountability, responsiveness, effectiveness, efficiency, and what I would say strategic vision for the next 5 years. On your question with the Chief Minister, it's very simple. The legislators as well as the High Command and the party workers will take a call. It's been less than 30 minutes since we've got a simple majority. So let's wait. Let's wait and see what happens. We're interested as well to see the new latest developments in the camp. But all is well in the Congress, and we're all smiles, and we're here to serve the people of Karnataka with good governance for the next 5 years.
When we talk about good governance, there were promises that were made by the local leaders, there were local issues, there were local matters of the people that were raised by the Congress. Do you think that turned the tide in Congress's favor?
100%. This was a local election, and that's what we fought this on the basis from the beginning since the first day. And what the Bharatiya Janata Party tried to do was make it a national election because their entire state leadership had decimated. They had no state leadership on the whole. And that's where the Congress Party was, in fact, able to put up a strong fight, basing it on local issues, whether it was the Nandini Dairy Cooperative, whether it was the people of Karnataka being cheated by various 40% scams, or whether, it was even the massive mass mobilization that we did across the state for the past 2 years, Mekidatu Padayatra, Prajadhwani Yatra, and not to forget the Bharat Jodo Yatra. You should in fact look into the number of constituencies that the Bharat Jodo Yatra walked through, and you will see we have gotten a majority of wins in those constituencies. And that, I tell you, is not just, the strength of what it is, but on the whole, a larger picture which brings to us that the Congress Party fought a very strong battle for 2.5 strong years. And today we're looking very comfortable and it's all smiles.
Okay. All right. Stay with me, Dhruv. I'm quickly going to get my analysts on the telecast with me, and let's try to figure out how is it that the win for the Congress was with a thumping majority. What went wrong with the BJP? How much of the vote share, seat share was eaten up by the Congress, of the JDS and of the Congress? Now, Kapil, taking a look at the figures that are playing out on the right-hand side of my screen, when it comes to South Karnataka, that's a rural belt that has been won with absolute majority in the Congress. Region of Mumbai, Karnataka has been won by the Congress. Central Karnataka, that's the urban area. Again, this time around, this is the BJP. Coastal Karnataka is also BJP. What do the numbers speak in terms of how the voter trend has been?
Now, see, Megha, if you look at the vote percentage, this is, one of the highest that the Congress have ever gone. You will remember that, last time in 2018, the Congress had about 36% of the vote share, and now the vote share is touching almost 44 now. So it's a reflection that the people clearly showed their confidence and faith in the Congress Party, and of course the message of the Congress Party was very, very clear. They were against any form of radicalization. Remember, I was very patiently hearing one of the leader from the Congress who mentioned, yes, Karnataka is one state where the people are intelligent, they are smart, they are very responsive to the issues that really matter to them, and therefore they voted logically and rationally. It was not an election that was fought. I mean, at least the trend suggests, I mean, they voted for the real issues.
Yeah. It's interesting that you mentioned that the Kannadigas are more sophisticated or intelligent and they vote responsibly. Again, contention could be raised that those voters who are voting in favor of the BJP, are they not intelligent, are they not responsible, are they not sophisticated individuals? But I'll come to that later on. Raja Lakshmi Joshi on the telecast with me. Raja Lakshmi, I'm going to rattle down this list of the VIP constituencies and who has been trailing, who has been winning, and we'll try to get a perspective of how the people of Karnataka have voted and why is it that these leaders have won or are trailing. Now, Shivagaon, Basavaraj Bomai of the BJP, Varuna has been won by Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar has won from Kanakapura, Ramanagara is Nikhil Kumaraswamy. Now, that has been the bastion of the JDS and HD Kumaraswamy, and he has been able to win. He's the son of HD Kumaraswamy. Now, HK Patil from the Congress has won. Jagadish Shettar, you know, he jumped ship and joined the Congress. He has lost from Hubli Dharwad Central. Lakshman Savadi, on the other hand, who had jumped ship from the BJP to the Congress, has been able to secure his seat. Priyank Kharge, the son of Mallikarjun Kharge from the Congress, has won. Vijaya Yediyurappa, Shikaripura, again a bastion of B.S. Yediyurappa, his son has won over there. C.T. Ravi of the BJP has lost. D. Parameshwara has won from the Congress. Dinesh Gundurao from the Congress has again won. H.D. Kumaraswamy from Chennapattam has lost that seat. So this obviously showcases the larger trend. The BJP leaders mostly ended up. Obviously, the bastions are being won by the individual BJP leaders. Overall, a sad picture for the BJP and JDS as well.
Yes, Megha, you know, these trends, they definitely indicate that the Congress is far ahead of the BJP right now. And but I would still say that, you know, there are at least half more of the rounds to yet go. So, you know, you can never say when the numbers will change. But yes, these trends do indicate that definitely the vote has gone in favor of the Congress.
I'm going to quickly, you know, National Congress 128. Now they are climbing up that figure. It's a thumping majority for the Congress. If those numbers stay, if those seats stick. 128, there are a number of Congress leaders who are now awaiting that the number touches 130. And that's what the number of leaders, DK Shivakumar, Siddaramaiah, G. Parameswara, they're already coming out and saying that they are going to cross the 130 mark, and that looks like so. And this is perhaps the 9th or the 10th round of counting that is taking place. Could this number touch the 130 mark?
Megha, that is what I was saying, you know, that we can't say how the numbers will go in the next few rounds. That is, it's almost halfway that the counting has been done. But even then, considering that these are the trends, you know, what I would want to say is, like you were listing out the names of the people who are winning or who are trailing, you know, all those kind of figures. So if you look at it, Jagdish Shettar was expected to be trailing, and he is trailing right now. And so, you know, the way I look at it is, the BJP was not wrong in denying him a ticket. But what happened is, you know, his candidature, you know, his shifting over to the Congress, and even the fact that Yediyurappa ji is not contesting this time. So maybe that has helped the Congress create this perception among the Lingayat voters, and maybe that has created a lot of dent in the BJP votes.
It's interesting that you mentioned Lingayat, and I'm going to quickly get a response from Kapil also. Kapil, the fact that B.S. Yediyurappa took a back seat, a Lingayat strongman, did it also end up impacting BJP?
Yes, I mean, it could be. I mean, you can't certainly rule out the fact that, you know, Yediyurappa had been one of the, you know, very big leaders in Karnataka, and the fact that he was not really, you know, campaigning for the BJP, it could have played its part. But, you know, to my understanding, I feel that the fact that the campaign of the BJP centered around only Mr. Modi. In fact, the sitting CM was hardly seen while campaigning. While
I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt you over there. There's Mallikarjun Kharge.
ನೀವು slowly ಗೆಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಡೆಮಾಕ್ರಸಿ. ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಮತ್ತು ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಖಂಡರು, ಅವರು CLP ಲೀಡರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, PCC ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬೇರರ್ಸು, ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಬ್ಬರಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನೋ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಬಿಟ್ಟರು ಅಂದರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನನೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಪಂದಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಬಡವರು, ದೀನದಲಿತರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನು ಮತ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಆಡಳಿತದಿಂದ ಬೇಸತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಜನ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾನು ಯಾರದೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗತ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಅವರಾಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿ ಓಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಧಾನ.
It is Mallikarjun Kharge who is celebrating the win. I also have with me another Congress veteran, Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, a big congratulations to the Congress. 128. Do you expect this number to increase to 130, touch 130 at least?
Well, 1230 plus is a good time to call an election. People predict even 140. But 130 is a comfortable, clear majority. Certainly 130 is the figure, but I want to just underline a few larger, broader features. The nitty-gritty, of course, is important, but though obvious, these broader features are vital. All of us know the kind of desperation shown by using religious symbols, divisive politics, communal politics in every speech which you saw. There was no speech of the top BJP leadership, the number 2, or the middle level one, which did not start not only with the Bajrang Bali issue, but with every kind of religious symbolism. That the people of Karnataka held firm in this, they deserve very, very strong congratulations. They did not fall for this very superficial, crude attempt to do divisive politics. The second thing is, none of you are now carrying that very important statement of the Honorable Learned Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, who said, please write to me, please remind me, please tell me, less than 150, I'm writing it down, not possible. Well, I'm following his orders and advice. I'm reminding him through you about 150 figure for the BJP. Third, Mr. Modi, with his 56-inch political chest, and he is an extremely articulate Prime Minister, must come up front and accept that he led the leadership contest in a big way. We have called him the Super CM of Karnataka. He led the campaigns like a Super CM of Karnataka in waiting. And I remember in 2004, when the BJP was astonished with the rout, the only person who came out with me at the India Gate launch was Pramod Mahajan. And he said very openly and acknowledged, he said that all my colleagues should have been here. We have to stand up in defeat as much as in victory. So I think that's the question which you need to ask. And the last point I wish to make is that you see the map. The electoral map is very interesting.
Yeah.
The map shows across the state, blue, blue, blue in almost every region, not sporadic jabs of orange as the BJP has got. The BJP's 60 or 70 seats are jabs of orange in the geographical landscape of Karnataka, whereas the blue is spread right across.
I think the only region that BJP has been able to fare well has been the coastal Karnataka region. There have been certain pockets of urban Karnataka in Bengaluru as well. There have been wins for the BJP, but overall, like you said, 128. Obviously, it is an absolute majority for the Congress. What worked? What was the X factor for the Congress?
I'm not only talking about the 128 figure. I'm saying it's evenly spread across almost every region.
Yes.
That's the important point. Just like it is also almost spread evenly, not evenly, but spread across lots and lots of diverse communities. It's not the SCs, it's not the STs, it's not the minorities, it's not the Lingayats, it's not the Vokulegas in South Karnataka. It's spread across. Okay. So there's a huge swing in favor of the Congress. Now the X factor, well, I think it's always difficult to place a finger on a single factor, but more than anything else, people realized the real issues and people identified the fake issues. When Mr. Modi or Mr. Shah goes and talks of Tipu Sultan, when they talk of Barkha or Burqa, when they talk of Bajrang Bali, when they talk of Jai Shri Ram, and when we talk of corruption, candid camera capturing corruption in Karnataka, when we talk of the price of gas and fuel and things like that, when we talk of inflation and unemployment, then it means that the people are far, far more intelligent than you give them credit for. The BJP thought that the people eat grass. People don't do that. And I think that's the real X factor.
Okay. The hyper-local issues, the local leaders, D.K. Shivakumar, Siddaramaiah, G. Parameswara, they are going down to the grassroots and asking for people's votes, campaigning for them, putting out these 5 guarantee schemes. Has that worked for the Congress more than the national agenda, whether it is Bharat Jodo that was launched by Rahul Gandhi?
No. I think everything has worked. It is a synergy. Madam, the real thing about this election is this is a synergy which works out together. Certainly, we have a very strong local leadership which is now criticized for being over-ambitious about the CM's chair. But it's the same local leadership of diverse persons on whose strength and shoulders we are here, including the president of the Congress being from that state. But don't underestimate the number of rallies Priyanka Gandhi had. Don't underestimate the number of rallies Rahul Gandhi had. Don't underestimate, I would say, the coordination and the work done by Randeep Surjewala. So it's all come together. It's a collectivity. And you have to recognize that collectivity. It's all very well to say, oh, now the results are out. Now let's talk about who's fighting whom for the CM's chair. That's nice, spicy news item. But I mean, this works because of a synergy, a collaboration, and a collectivity.
Okay. My next question obviously was going to be a very obvious one, very specific one. Who's going to be the Chief Minister? Right from the onset of the campaigning, D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah were locking horns. Each wants to become the Chief Minister. G. Parameswara putting his hat in the ring.
I see it a little differently. I see it in any state where Congress has had a rich legacy in past, where it's strong. These are legitimate ambitions. Without these ambitions, the party would not push forward. Without these ambitions, there would not be healthy competition. And I think to kind of portray persons as without ambition and saints is completely wrong. But equally, just like you fight together with the same differences and the same ambitions and come to this result, you can rest assured that our traditional formula, which we have repeated and I'm repeating for you now, all the MLAs will be consulted. They will sit with the representatives of the High Command and arrive at a good, solid, consensual name. And you'll see it within days.
Okay.
So I think that should be kept in mind.
Okay. Also, taking the larger perspective of the assembly elections that are going to take place in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, would this set up positive precedent for the Congress? Has the Congress cadre been rejuvenated because of this win in Karnataka?
The answer is an emphatic yes. This has 2 perspectives. In Chhattisgarh, the BJP is struggling already. If I ask you to name a credible leader of the BJP in Chhattisgarh, even a person as experienced as a journalist, you can't easily name. Raman Singh is supposed to be political history. So they have no leadership, they have no method except for filing ED and IT and CBI cases. They've done nothing on the ground. Number 2, Madhya Pradesh is heavy anti-incumbency. You are seeing reports of that everywhere. Sometimes these movements of experienced political leaders, like the weather vane, indicate to you which way the wind is blowing. There's a lot of clamor for joining the Congress from other parties in Madhya Pradesh also. So I think the writing is writ large there. And the third thing which this election shows is how vulnerable the BJP is.
Okay.
This whole 24/7 onslaught blitzkrieg of the press that we are unbeatable, we are infallible, we are absolutely the tops. It's just exposed to be just that, fake and fiction. It is highly vulnerable, it can be beaten, and the Prime Minister should be coming out and accepting defeat after spending so much energy and resources. And remember, resources are a very important thing. It's anything, all the parties put together in Karnataka would have spent less than 1/100th of what the BJP has spent.
Okay. Also, this is a game of perception. And when there is a victory for the Congress in Himachal Pradesh, an absolute one, when it comes to the state of Karnataka, which is an absolute majority, does this also help you build the narrative in favor of the Congress, in favor of Rahul Gandhi when it comes to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections against BJP?
That's what I just said. The narrative is changing also because it is now shown that Mr. Modi is certainly not unassailable as he himself and his cohorts intend to project. He's highly vulnerable. The BJP is vulnerable. I've just analyzed for you Karnataka, Himachal you mentioned, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. And, you know, the overall national mood is changing. When the even something like the Supreme Court holding that, look, you, the BJP, are being dictatorial and interfering unconstitutionally with the Delhi government, that also adds to a change in narrative. When the Supreme Court, despite upholding the continuance of Mr. Shinde,
Okay, that was Abhishek Manu Singhvi talking about the Congress and its victory and what is going to be the impact of this majority win for the Congress in the upcoming assembly elections in the other states as well as the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Thank you, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, for joining us on the telecast once again. Congratulations for the Congress for that thumping majority. And on that note, 130 seats now have been won by the Indian National Congress. So again touching that 130 mark. You have to, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, you were commenting on it. Yeah.
No, I'm saying you might end up by the 3 o'clock time period at 140 and 70 or 140 and 65.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see.
Okay. So ambition of the Congress now becoming higher and higher as that tally continues to increase for the Congress, reducing substantially for the BJP at 66 now, JDS at 22 now. So the seats and the votes have been captured by the Congress from the kitty of the JDS and from the kitty of the BJP as well. Manu Sharma on the telecast with me. Manu, big celebrations outside the residence of DK Shivakumar, outside the residence of Siddaramaiah and the Congress headquarters in Karnataka in Bengaluru.
Yes, see, we are right now at Mallikarjun Kharge AICC President's house, and he has just addressed media where he said that people have in fact showed the faith that they believe in development, and then Mallikarjun Kharge said that the Prime Minister Modi should not have come to Karnataka for so many times for the campaigning as he is a Prime Minister, and Mallikarjun Kharge said that this victory, this Congress victory is of the people of Karnataka, whom they have relied their trust in the Congress party. And Mallikarjun Kharge said we will try to fulfill all the promises that were made and all the other problems that the Karnataka state has as of now. And if you look at the numbers, Karnataka Congress party is leading with 130 and followed by Bharatiya Janata Party on the second number, and JDS is trying very hard to be in this game, and Congress is already having already celebrating the victory. We've seen full-fledged celebrations, and Mallikarjun Kharge said that all the false information about the exit polls, about the hung assembly are just a sham.
Madhu, I'll have to interrupt you. DK Shivakumar speaking to
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೆಸರು ಬಾವುಟಗಳನ್ನ ಅಖಂಡ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮಹಾಜನತೆಗೆ ಅವರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾದಗಳಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಟ್ಟು ನೀಚಳವಾದಂತ ಬಹುಮತವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗೇನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರೆಲ್ಲ ಆವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಕೈಲಿ ಈಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಮನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಕೈಗೂ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ನೀವೇ ಬಂದು ಇಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ರಾಮನಗರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಜನ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಚೇರಿ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಚೇರಿಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Sir, you seem emotional today. It's a big win for the Congress party.
Whom do you credit, sir? Whom do you credit for this victory, sir?
I credit my party cadres and all my leaders. They have worked hard. People have exposed faith in us. The leaders have supported us. It is a collective leadership, and we have jointly worked. I have said in the beginning, joining together is the beginning. On the day I took the oath, thinking together is the program. I assured Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi that, and Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, that I will deliver Karnataka to their fold. I can't forget Srimati Sonia Gandhi coming to meet me in jail when all these BJP people put me under jail. So I rather choose to be in jail than having an office. That is the confidence what Gandhi family and the Congress party in the entire country restored on me. I thank all my leaders in the state, including Mr. Siddaramaiah, all the MLAs, all the party office bearers and the workers from the block to the booth level who took up the responsibility. It is not one effort, including my ACC office bearers, my general secretaries, in-charge general secretaries, secretaries. They work like a block on our office bearers, and all of them are responsible. I have a lot of things to tell. I will come later. I will meet you in my Bharat Jodo Bhavan, and I'll meet you. I'll discuss with you.
Your supporters have come in large numbers. They are all saying what will you tell your supporters?
It is. I don't want to tell anything. There is only one support, Congress support.
So one thing, if you could have
Rajalakshmi, there you have it. The very emotional DK Shivakumar is burst out in tears after Congress has won with 130 absolute majority seats. Obviously, you know, the alternative Vocaliga face, DK Shivakumar, the majority of the Vocaliga belt has voted for the Congress, and the Congress strongman DK Shivakumar, he himself from the Vocaliga community, has been able to garner the votes of the Vocaligas.
Yes, Megha, definitely. But I just want to correct you that they have not won as yet. They are leading. But yes, it does indicate that they are definitely quite ahead in the lead. And it does look like they are on their way to victory. So, but we just have to wait till at least around 3 p.m. For us to get the final figures.
Okay.
So that is,
Okay.
So that is something that I just wanted to correct you a little.
Okay, quickly getting in Kapil back on the telecast with us. Kapil, a big question, obviously the focus, who's going to be the Karnataka Chief Minister? Now, DK Shivakumar hinting at perhaps becoming the Chief Minister. He has made this very public appeal to the party high command. He has burst into tears, of course. He has been campaigning for his chief ministership. Now, he has been able to hold his ground, has been able to get the votes and win the seats for the state of Karnataka for the Congress. While Siddaramaiah continued to harp upon the point that this is going to be his last election, after that he is going to quit active politics. Now, between Siddaramaiah, who has been a veteran, who has been a chief minister in the past under the Congress, and he has also played massive roles within the JDS when he was part of the party, deputy chief minister at one point of time, versus DK Shivakumar. Who is the Congress High Command going to favor?
Well, I think Megha, it is too early to speculate. I was hearing Mr. Pramod when he mentioned that whenever a chief minister is appointed, it is appointed by the CLP, which is the Congress Legislative Party. So I think it's and every leader who is in politics, he has a political ambition to be something politically. So I mean, having an ambition, I don't think there should be any problem. But then again, I think we should wait for the party to make a decision in consultation with the CLP.
Okay, all right. Madhu also on the telecast with me. Madhu is right outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Double cause of celebration for Mallikarjun Kharge because his son Priyank Kharge has won from the Congress ticket, and obviously a big win for the Congress now. Absolute majority, 130. That's a strong figure for the Congress to rely on in setting a precedent for other elections, other assembly elections this year.
Yeah, well, of course, see, we are right now at Mallikarjun Kharge's residence, which is, in Seshadripuram, and Mallikarjun Kharge has now, addressed media saying that this party had, put faith in public hands, and that's what the result says, that public has made Congress party win because they believe in Congress party, and the trust will be the trust will be kept, and all the development requests that they had, all the infrastructural issues that they had, everything will be dealt with. This is the people's government, is what Mallikarjun Kharge said, and he also lashed out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying that being a Prime Minister, Modi should have not come to for so many times for campaigning. If you look at the campaigning done by Prime Minister, he has held several.
Okay, Mumtaz Patel on the telecast with me. Congratulations, Mumtaz. Congress has won with quite a large margin. BJP at 66, Congress at 130, JDS at 2022, beg your pardon. How do you see, who do you credit this victory to?
No, of course, this was vocal for local. So definitely all our local Karnataka leaders, the party workers, Kharge ji, and of course Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi ji, all of them. The credit goes to everyone because it's a collective victory. And I think it was a very well strategized local campaign. I think that worked in their favor.
Okay. Also, the big question on the minds of the people of Karnataka, and particularly within the party cadre, party leaders in Karnataka, who's going to be the next chief minister?
So it's going to be decided by the party, legislature party, the workers, as well as the AICC leadership. So let them decide.
How is this going to be then setting a precedent for the Congress when it comes to the Madhya Pradesh Assembly election and Chhattisgarh Assembly election in the coming months?
Well, the kind of campaign that they ran, firstly, it's a big confidence boost, and this can be easily repeated across all the states going to polls this year. So we hope to see a very, very well strategized local campaign coming up over the next few months in every state that's going to polls.
Do you think the hyperlocal issues that were raised by the Congress parties and for Congress party leaders, the candidates who were being fielded from various regions, tilted the tide in Congress's favor?
No, absolutely. And also, Congress was very focused. They focused on the local issues, the 40% Commission Sarkar, Pay CM, all the poll promises that they've made. And I'm definitely sure that they will keep up to it. And also what worked for the Congress was the negative campaign by the BJP. I think we should give credit to the negative campaign by the BJP also. Okay.
Do you think the people were not taken away by the BJP polarization politics, whether it was about Bajrang Dal, whether it was about Tipu wars, whether it was about the burqa ban, Muslim quota?
You know, this was a total anti-incumbency when people have so many issues in their own homes where things are so expensive, people don't have jobs. I don't think then the other issues really matter. I mean, those are distracting issues. Probably you can play around with people's sentiments for some time. But when it comes down to actual reality on the ground, when people don't have money to bring food to their table, when people don't have jobs, all this doesn't really matter. So this is, I mean, the idea for a government is to provide basic necessities to people, and that is what Congress is promising.
Okay, do you think DK Shivakumar emerging as a tall leader and perhaps a likely face for the chief ministership, keeping in mind he has come across as an alternative Vocaliga face?
No, he, of course, definitely a very strong leader, but then we have so many strong leaders. So I mean, everybody has put in collective effort. You can't take away even a small worker's contribution to this campaign. So if you're coming back to the question of chief minister, let the leadership decide, Karnataka as well as AICC.